Ethan strikes me as a young man with integrity and honor. You must be very proud to have such a fine young son, Julian.
Yes, I am.
Well, I have no problem with the idea.
Excellent. So why don't you two go over exactly what Ethan's role is going to be? After all, you'll be working closely together from now on.
What the hell?
Mother? You all right? I don't know. What do you think happened? He's fainting? Mother?
She doesn't seem to be hurt. Is there someplace we can take her?
The library.
Let's get her. Okay.
What seems to be the matter with her?
I think she fainted.
Fainted? Never known my wife to faint. What on earth would make Ivy faint?
Ethan, get in.
She's gonna be all right?
Yeah, she'll be fine.
Father, why don't you go get some ice?
Ice, yes. Anything else?
Just go get the ice. I'll go get some brandy. Sam, you want to stay here and watch my mother?
Of course. Ivy. Ivy, can you hear me? It's Sam. Ivy, are you all right?
Oh, Sam. I'm so glad you're here. I love you so much. Oh, what happened? We were having such a lovely picnic.
Picnic?
Oh, did I fall off my horse?
The horses are loose. Did they run away?
No. They're happy grazing until we finish our lunch.
Want some more wine?
No, nothing for me. Thank you for a wonderful afternoon, Sam. I can't remember when I've been this happy.
I always want to make you happy.
As long as we're together, I always will be.
Ivy, you're remembering something that happened years ago.
Don't be silly, sweetheart. Our picnic was this afternoon.
Ivy, you've got to be quiet.
Nice, Father?
Yes, right here.
Ivy, listen to me. Julian is coming, and he doesn't know anything about us. You have to be quiet.
Julian?
Your husband. He's coming with your son.
My husband, my son, what are you talking about?
How's she doing?
She's conscious.
Oh, well, good. Then there's no need to call a doctor.
Yeah, I think she'll be all right.
Oh, please don't leave, Sam.
Mother, you fainted on the stairs. Chief Bennett was helping you. Do you remember?
Yes, of course. Yes, of course I remember. Thank you, Chief Bennett, for helping me. I'm afraid I'm still a little woozy.
Father, hand me some of that ice. I'll make a compress.
No, I don't need one. I'm fine.
At least have some brandy.
What happened, Ivy? Why did you faint?
I was very busy this morning. I didn't have time to eat. I was feeling lightheaded, so I was on my way to the kitchen.
Mother, you shouldn't go without food.
I think she's all right now.
Yes, I am fine now, Chief Bennett.
Well, there's no sense letting this ice go to waste. May I fix anyone a drink?
No thanks, Father.
No, no thanks. I gotta get going. You don't mind if I use your phone before I leave?
Oh, not at all. There's one in the foyer.
Chief Bennett, wait a moment. I'll walk you out. Sure you're gonna be all right, Mother? We can still call a doctor.
Oh, no, I'm fine, sweetheart, really.
Don't scare us like that again.
I'll try not to. Goodbye, Chief Bennett.
Goodbye, Mrs. Crane.
I'm looking forward to working with you, Chief Bennett. Maybe we can get together for the police commission meeting and go over some things next week.
Fine.
Ivy, somehow, some way, someone is going to pick up on your feelings for Chief Bennett. And what if that someone is Ethan?
No. Ethan can't ever know. He can't even suspect, which is I've changed my mind about Ethan settling in Harmony. I suggested that he move to Washington, D.C. instead.
Washington?
It'll mean him starting his political career earlier than we planned, but so what? At least keep him away from Harmony and Sam.
Now that we're alone, would you like to tell me what that little melodrama was all about?
I don't know what you mean, Julian.
I mean, why did you faint? What's really going on here?
I told you I didn't eat today.
Ivy, I've seen you play 3 sets of tennis before breakfast. Never once seen you keel over. What's really going on here? What aren't you telling me?
Not everyone has hidden motives, Julian, unlike you.
But you're hiding something from me, aren't you?
Don't be absurd.
Been acting rather odd lately. Rather distant and restless.
Really, Julian, I've never known you to be suspicious. It's not very attractive.
Oh. I'm so sorry. I wasn't aware that you found anything about me very attractive.
I don't. But even less so when you're looking for things that aren't there. Tell me, Julian, what did Ethan mean when he said he'd be working with Chief Bennett?
I've asked Ethan to take my place in the police commission.
Why?
For one thing, I don't think Sam Bennett and I are a good mix. He's a little too arrogant for my taste.
Arrogant?
Yes, he had the nerve to refuse when I demanded that he fire Louise.
Why would you want Pilar's son fired?
It involves Sheridan again. Louise seems to have a penchant for causing my sister trouble. And he's hot-tempered. I think he'll eventually bring a lot of trouble to the Harmony Police Department.
I see. And how did Sam react?
He refused, of course. I was going to fire him anyway until Sheridan stepped in.
Sheridan?
Yes, she threatened to go to the media, and she knows damn well how concerned the family is that the press never uncover what she did that night years ago.
Yes, yes. Back to Ethan. Why did you give your seat on the police commission to Ethan?
Aside from not wanting to deal with Sam Bennett, I want our son to become more involved in local politics. And the seat on the commission will help him get to know how things work here in Harmony.
But I told you I wanted him to go to Washington right away to begin his political career.
No, I don't see any reason for him to rush into going to Washington. There'll be plenty of time for national politics once he's learned the ropes and he's spent some time running Crane Industries. Harmony's his home. It's where he belongs, for now.
Julian, I'm sorry. I do not agree with any...
The matter is settled, Ivy. The discussion is over.
But I
Ethan
don't...
is a Crane. He's my son. He'll do as I say.
I heard you fainted, Mrs. Crane. Are you all right?
No, Pilar, I am not all right. Julian has given his seat on the police commission to Ethan. Now Ethan and Sam are going to be spending a great deal of time together.
You can't allow that to happen.
There's nothing I can do. Julian is adamant about it. All these years, I have avoided Sam. I made sure that Ethan was away at school and spent no time in Harmony to avoid the very thing that's happening now.
I know how much you've sacrificed and how painful this has been for you.
Pilar, you have no idea how I felt the first time Sam came to this house as police chief. Seeing him again after all these years.
You mustn't think about Sam. You have to put the past behind you.
Don't you think I've tried? And now Sam and Ethan will be spending a great deal of time together, and I am so afraid the truth will come out.
You can't let that happen.
It's too late. It's too late. There's only one thing I can do. I have to tell Sam myself.
No, you mustn't say anything to him.
It's the only thing to do, Pilar. I hope he hasn't left.
You're making a terrible mistake.
Sam, wait.
What is it, Mrs. Crane?
We have to
I don't think that's a very good idea.
I have to tell you something